2,113 years ago, I met the very first of our kind in ancient Scandinavia. Along with myself, he embraced 6 others, and together we were sent out into the world with orders to explore and observe the human race. By the time we reached southern Europe, all of us had gone our separate ways, all but myself and Laszlo. Laszlo was my first and only love, although I completely loathed him in the beginning. I thought he would have followed one of the others or else branched off on his own, but he seemed keen on staying with me. It took time, but I finally began to grow accustomed to his constant presence.
There's no time for us. There's no place for us. What is this thing that builds our dreams, yet slips away from us? Who wants to live? There's no chance for us. It's all decided for us. This world has only one sweet moment set aside for us. Who wants to live?
"350 years after my embrace, Laszlo and I were traveling through the Carpathian Mountains when I came across a young human child weeping over his dead mother. Our sire had taught us about the existence of personified nations, and I immediately recognized the that I had discovered one. Because of that, I couldn't simply leave him alone to die, and so I decided to raise him. Laszlo interpreted my choice as an act of desertion and betrayal, and ultimately left me on my own to raise the nation that would one day be known throughout the world as Romania. Once Laszlo was gone, Vladimir quickly became my single reason for existing. In spite of the fact that I had never before shown the slightest interest in siring a human into vampirism, I knew from the very moment I met him that Vladimir would someday be my one and only child.
Taika, do you remember years ago when you first told me who you really are? That you're a vampire? Do you remember what I said to you? That I wanted to be like you? That hasn't changed, you know, and I'm not exactly a child anymore.
Da, îmi amintesc. But do you really want to have this conversation on your birthday of all days? Vladimir, do you truly understand what it is that you are asking for? Have you really thought about it?
Have I really thought about it? Only every day since the day you told me the truth of it all years ago. No, I probably don't really know what it truly is that I'm asking for. But that's only because you won't tell me. You won't talk to me about it. It's like you want to protect me from it. But I don't understand why. How could it really be so bad if it's part of who you are? Why can't you understand that I don't want to be so different from you? I don't want to be like other people, other humans. I don't want to be like other nations.
I do want to protect you, Vladimir. I always will want to protect you. This life that you are asking for comes with great sacrifice, female. Especially in the beginning. I understand that you want to be like Taika. But I must know why you think it is so bad to be human. A nation, even. After you answer me that, you may ask me anything you wish.
It isn't really so bad being human. But having you as my father and knowing everything I know, I don't always feel entirely human. I feel very out of place in the world. I don't really seem to know a lot of things that other humans seem to know. And I know things that other humans don't. And they all look at me strangely because of it. They don't seem to treat me the same way they do each other. Being a nation makes it even worse. So much is expected of me and it's so much pressure. No other humans understand what that's really like. And imagine the fact that humans die so easily and they live such short lives. In those ways I'll never be like other humans. So why cling so desperately to a life I can never truly have? When I could be something so much greater than that. When I have to be something greater than that. As a nation, if nothing else. It's expected of me, isn't it? I don't know if I can do it as a mere human. Not when I don't even feel akin to my own species. I don't feel like I'm who I should be. I should be like you. But I'm not.
I see, female. But I still believe you do not yet know what it is you are asking. You say you want to be like me, yet you know nothing of the life ahead of you. Vladimir, you need to be prepared and absolutely certain. This is not a decision to be made lightly. In order for you to become like me, you would have to die, and you would be reborn into your vampiric life. Human blood would be your sustenance for the remainder of eternity. Again, do you understand what you are asking?
I'm frightened of dying. I'm frightened of the new life that you'd be giving me. I'm frightened of making a decision that I can't go back on. But I'm more frightened of spending the rest of my human life alone. I know I'll always have you, but if you're an entirely different being than I am, then I'm still alone. Is the idea of spending eternity with me such a horrible one? Wouldn't you still be there with me to teach me everything I need to know, like you've always done? I know now what it is I'm asking. I'm asking you to kill me and resurrect me as the same immortal, undead, magical being that you are. I'm asking you to make me what I'm destined to be. You know this must be done, Taika. If not tonight, then someday. It's fate, isn't it?
I see that you are certain, Vladimir, and this will be your final night as a human. I have foreseen it. I did not tell you because you need to follow your own path, and I will never sway you in any way, no matter what I see in the future. You will become my child again tonight, Vladimir, and be reborn into a new world. Come, Vladimir. We must go where the servants cannot see. In seara asta, fiul meu, vei deveni un vampir.
I'm scared, Taika. Will it be painful? How long will it take? Will I remember everything when I wake up again?
Everything will be alright, Comoro puțin meu. The bite is painful, but only for a moment. You will feel waves of ecstasy, and your flesh will burn. I will drink your blood until your heart slows to a dull beat. I will pierce my own wrist, and you will drink from it. The transformation can be painful, and it is different for everyone embraced into this life. You will feel your mortal self die and your immortal self born. After that, you will likely sleep through the rest of the transformation. It may take a full night before you awaken, and you will feel the thirst that will linger forever. I've never had first-hand experience with a newborn vampire, but I do know they often tend to become obsessed with power. Vladimir, I am one of the oldest vampires in all of the world. My blood is very old and very powerful. Do not let that power go to your head. You are still a nation and will need to act as such. You will need to be careful because my kind has enemies and you will have the same foes. With all of that said, you are free to change your mind. But I will respect your wishes no matter what you choose. Te iubesc, fiul meu.
Și eu te iubesc, Taika. Am înțeles. Aceasta este ceea ce vreau. Să este soarta mea. Mi-am pus toată încrederea mea cu tine vei rămâne cu mine, nu vezi? Tot timpul
voi fi chiar aici. Nu plec nicăieri. Eu voi fi de partea ta până ce va trezit. Și atunci eu vă va învăța tot ce trebuie să știți. Eu vă va îmbrăți și acum și vă va trezi în vampir. Acum bea, fiul meu.
Always be a part of me.
like these runes you helped me make. I think we did something wrong. They must be broken because they keep telling me that you're hiding something from me.
Darling, they're not broken. I've just been waiting for the right time to bring it up. And I guess that the right time is now.
What is it? What's the matter? What's wrong? It's bad, isn't it? It must be something bad because you wouldn't be hiding it from me if it wasn't something serious.
Vladimir, would you like me to tell you, or would you like to keep spouting nonsense?
I would like you to tell me, da.
Well, out of convenience for everyone, you're engaged to be dead.
What? You're serious?
Like death, Dorada.
I don't suppose you would mind elaborating on that.
Up to this point, Vladimir, I have tried to keep you out of immortal politics for your own protection, and to allow you to better focus your responsibilities on becoming a growing nation. However, will you remember the Dacians, da?
The werewolves, right?
More or less. But do you remember everything I told you about the growing tension between us as vampires and the werewolves? To avoid the outbreak of war, the Dacian king and I came to an agreement. And part of that arrangement is that you have to wed the Dacian king's daughter, Princess Zia.
Princess? That means she's female, right? You don't see a problem with this? Because I kind of see a problem with that. No, never mind the fact that she's female. Never mind the fact that she's a princess. How am I supposed to marry someone that I have never even met?
Vladimir, you must know that this happens in mortal society all of the time, especially amongst royalty. And female, you are vampiric royalty, just as this girl Zia is Dacian royalty. It is only a political move. I'm not forcing you to be intimate with her or love her.
Alright, I suppose I can learn to live with the situation. But this doesn't mean that you'll be leaving, does it? I mean, I don't have to live alone in the castle with this girl I've never met, do I?
You are never alone, Vladimir. I will always be close by.
I've been alone for a long, long time of my life. I am tired of those winter nights without you. Where were the good days when I used to sleep well? Where are my soldier boots? Where is Sergeant Mundell? I fear death and I fear a lot of things, and I cry. I'm afraid of a girl like you, and Where is my apple tree? Where is my dear backyard? Why do you stare at me? I've been life sick from the start. I've been looking for me these years, and I found the sea. I am losing my words while I begin to see. Singing the lullaby, children fall asleep. I see the forest while I'm sinking so deep. churchyard, don't you see? Red soldiers kill them all, and then me. Heaven looks like New York, St. Peter singing the blues. I'm lost and I'm trying to find my way home. Mother, help me to go to bed. I'm too tired. Mother, help me to go to bed. I'm too tired.
In the end, the marriage lasted a short 5 decades. It had the potential of lasting several centuries, due to Z's lycanthropy and Vladimir's vampirism. However, the tragic attack on Zia's life was not only caused by the princess's own tribe, but our kind as well. The Dacian king and I were very optimistic about our new alliance. But unfortunately, Laszlo was not very fond of the idea that I had formed an alliance with anyone other than him, and so he sabotaged it. I discovered the truth from the only surviving werewolf in the aftermath of Vladimir's rage. Even if the werewolf had not been fatigued from the battle with my child, he could not have protected himself against the magic I used to see the recent past through his eyes. Laszlo had convinced the tribe that the arranged marriage had spawned betrayal in the princess's heart. The werewolves, being the paranoid dogs that they are, wrongly assumed that Laszlo's words were fact, and it prompted them to attack and ultimately murder their princess. Had I foreseen any details of this tragedy, I would have taken immediate action. However, the situation ultimately left all of us vulnerable, and I suspect that is exactly what Laszlo had intended. I had spent nearly 5 centuries avoiding him, but 1 year after Zia's death, Laszlo stalked into the city, calling my name.
Nikolae! Damned coward! I know you can hear me! Do I need to start killing your beloved nation's pathetic humans in order to get your attention?
I could hear you very clearly in my mind outside the city. There is no need for violence and there is no need to shout. You will wake the civilians.
Civilians? Is that what you're calling them now? I call them food, livestock. Or is that simply what your precious child
This
calls
is
them?
not about him. It is about you and I.
It is all about him, Nikolae. You chose him over us.
No, you left. I remain. We both made our choices.
You chose a lowly human over me, Nikolae. You chose a human over our father.
I chose a life of my own with a child who needed me. You chose to move forward without me. Yet, here you are centuries later, back where the end began. What is it you want, Laszlo?
What do I want? I want your blood spilled on the ground, right here, right now. I want your blood to stain the filthy streets of your precious child's pathetic city.
Why the sudden desire to kill me?
You misunderstand, Nikolae. I don't want to kill you. I want to kill your child. And you've made it abundantly clear that in order to do that, I must go through you. And so here we are.
You will never reach my child, Laszlo. And killing him will not make you a #1 priority in my life, darling.
Oh, but I've already tried, quite desperately, I might add, to kill him without you ever knowing who was to blame. But clearly I'm running out of options.
Oh, but Laszlo, you're assuming I wouldn't know where to place the appropriate blame if any harm were to come to my son. Vladimir is very special to me. He always will be nation or not.
What makes him so damn special? Why is he so important to you? Just because he'll grow up to be a nation? You realize that he'll grow up to be a nation that caters to humans, that?
I would never go as far as killing your child. Isn't he special to you?
Yes, Nikolae. My child is very special to me. Unfortunately, he is smarter than yours. In fact, as we speak, he is currently infiltrating your precious castle and taking his sweet time in slaughtering your beloved child. If you leave now, you might arrive just before my child completely devours him.
Ah, but Laszlo, fortunately, I am smarter than all of you. And I have always known when you are lying to me. Knowing you, as I do, you have several protection spells to keep your child away from me. Because you think that I will hurt him. And I can assure you, he is not devouring my child. In fact, he's currently trying to break these spells you have, is he not?
On second thought, killing Vladimir is too easy. What I might do instead is kill everyone he's ever close to. And after disposing of you, it will be all too easy to start by making a quick snack out of that young daughter of his.
Have you given up already?
How is it that you've become so much more powerful than I, when we were created by the same blood?
Unlike you, I do not deal within the workings of dark magic, and I conserve my energy for when it is needed most. These are things you should have learned by now, brother.
And that is why you are the better vampire, Nicu. You always have been. I only wish you would not have let a human come between us. We wouldn't be where we are right now if you hadn't.
You were welcome to stay. You were the one who left.
If I had stayed, we would have reached this point centuries ago. Perhaps I should have stayed. We could have dealt with this madness much sooner. Surely that would have been easier than fighting against you for so long. But the end would have been the same. And it will be the same, regardless of where we go from here. There is no changing how this ends, Nikolae. You must know that.
How is it that you have given up so easily?
I haven't given up as easily as you think. I have been selfishly fighting for your undivided attention for 5 centuries. And I've grown tired of it all. I'm tired of playing a game that I cannot win. I'm tired of doing only what is expected of me and fighting against any other option when you were able to so easily walk away from it all and live your own eternal life. I'm tired of fighting for all of the things I can never have.
Laszlo, it was not as easy as you think for me to walk away from my family. But don't you recall our father sending us out in the world to explore? That is what we have done. We have all explored various parts of the world and have gone our separate ways. You have a child, Laszlo. You are ultimately not alone.
Child? My child, darling, is nothing more than a pawn. Or at least he used to be. Until he grew to mean so much more to me. Unfortunately, by then, I had already betrayed him so badly that the guilt is now so unbearable that I can hardly stand to live with myself. You don't understand the horrible things that I've done to my own child, Nicu. Do you have any idea what that feels like? So yes, I have given up. I just can't do it anymore. I can't deal with the guilt that I harbor over my own child. I can't fight with you anymore. I can't fight with our brothers anymore. We both know how this has to end, Nikolae. And I refuse to accept any other outcome. So don't bother trying to talk me out of it. I'm asking you to end this. I won't fight you. I only ask that you let Casimir be. Please, don't do anything to harm him. He is my only legacy.
You have my word, Laszlo. I will not harm your child. How shall we do this then, if you'll have it no other way? You were once very dear to me. So I would prefer to refrain from the usual methods, such as decapitation or an equally gruesome fate.
Drain me entirely. It would be a shame to let all of this powerful blood go to waste. After all, that?
Are you sure you want to do this?
It is better this way. I'd really rather not spend the rest of the evening trying to fight you. Or the rest of eternity, for that matter. Wouldn't you rather conserve your energy anyway?
As you wish, Laci. Te iubesc. Te iubesc, Nicu. Mulțumesc.
Your fingertips across my skin, the palm trees swaying in the wind. Imitate. You sang me Spanish lullabies, the sweetest sadness in your eyes, clever trick. I never want to see you unhappy. I thought you want the same for me. Goodbye, my almost lover. Goodbye, my hopeless dream. I'm trying not to think about you. Can't you just let me be? So long, my luckless romance. My back is turned on you. Should have known you'd bring me heartache. Oh, most lovers always do. We walked along a crowded street. You took my hand and danced with me. Images. And when you left, you kissed my lips. You told me you would never, never forget these emotions. I never want to see you unhappy. I thought you want the same for me. Goodbye, my almost lover. Goodbye, my hopeless dream. I'm trying not to think about you. Can't you just let me be? So long, my luckless romance. My back is turned on you. Should I known you'd bring me heartache? Oh, most lovers always do. I cannot go to the ocean. I cannot drive the streets at night. I cannot wake up in the morning without you on my mind. Well, so you're gone and I'm haunted, and I bet you would just fine. Did I make it that easy to walk right in and out of my life? Goodbye, my almost lover. Goodbye, my hopeless dream. And trying not to think about it. And can't you just let me be? So long, my luckless romance. My back is turned on you. Should've known you'd bring me heartache. Oh, most lovers always do.
Taika, I don't mean to worry you, but, if you could come to me at your earliest convenience, that would be fabulous.
I know it's terribly childish of me, Nikolae, but I had a terrible nightmare. It wouldn't have been so bad, but it was so vivid. I don't normally dream like that.
Well, what was the nightmare about? You need to give me details, little one.
I'm not really sure. Everything was so chaotic. Like flashes of memories. Some of it was like reliving everything that happened last October. Other parts were from centuries past. Or else people and places I didn't recognize at all.
Vladimir, I do not believe your dream was mere coincidence. I also had a very intense vision, and it is likely that it carried over to you, because our minds are so closely linked. All I can tell you right now is that we must be very careful. I know I've said that before, but it is serious now. We must prepare ourselves for an approaching threat.